I realized how different all my kids are today. Man, you cannot treat kids the same. I've got 3 out of 6 of my teenagers still living at home. And I don't remember what we were talking about or how I came to this conclusion earlier talking to one of my teenage sons. But I just realized how extremely different, although similar, very, very different styles I have to use to deal with my kids. My kids have a lot of similarities, but they all respond differently to me. And I have to structure how I communicate with them on a very individual basis. It's almost like I have to have a lesson plan, a business plan for each one of them. It's very interesting. I've had to really take time to observe myself as a parent and how I communicate with my teenagers, and also step back and see how they communicate with each other. And I found that in my older age and in their older age, they don't need me to intervene as much. Now is my time for me to step back and let them use critical thinking skills. Now, when they ask me a question, I respond with a question so that they can think on their own. And I find that they already had the answer. They are just not trusting themselves yet. And I hate that for them because I always doubted myself. It's taken me almost 50 years to learn how to trust myself. But low key, that also had to do with me trusting God as well and trusting the process. So it was this whole spiritual journey of trusting nature, trusting the process, trusting God, trusting myself. It's kind of all the same thing. And they're very, very young. So now I believe instead of me intervening, they need me to just support them and help them trust themselves, help them trust God, and help them trust that everything is going to work out to their benefit, even though they may be uncomfortable sometimes. I'm starting to see that in this season of my life, I need to observe, listen, and support. That's it. Unless my kid, that's what it was. That's what it was. I realized that with this one kid, the Pisces, I have to let him come to me about advice or guidance. If I go to him, he's gonna kind of on some level shut me out. Unless he asks me for help, me helping him or trying to help him never works out. And I just realized that today because my Gemini is not like that. Anytime, I mean, if I woke him up in the middle of the night and gave him some information or some guidance or some advice, he would heed it. But he is not my Pisces, you know. My Capricorn, that girl don't need no daggone advice. The only time that she is receptive to advice is if low-key she knows she wrong. Or she really does feel like she doesn't have the answer. Or she needs me to show her that she does have the answer. See, everybody is different. And I had found that out by me keeping my daggone mouth shut. Because, see, I already had my season of learning when to talk and when not to talk. This is why I know now that there is a lot of value in silence. Because I was saying things that did not need to be said, and I was putting my foot in my mouth. And I want my legacy to be a positive one, and one where I had some sense and people trusted what I said. So that means that I need to keep my mouth shut. Plus, every time I say something, the universe won't test me. And if I'm not ready to be tested, then it's best I just keep my mouth shut. I'm in this season of getting my stuff together, really focusing on all the stuff that I've been ignoring. My health, for one. I'd like to lose my stomach. I've had 6 children with my ex-husband. God rest his soul. And now, that's probably the only part of my body that I would change. So I'm going to. So me committing to working out every day is a major change for me. Any type of change in my bipolar world is very hard for me to adapt to. But it all starts with the diet. I wasn't going to tell y'all, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Today was a fasting day for me, and I'm surprised that it wasn't more challenging. I did it. I was in Lady Bling's live the other day, and she was talking about fasting. And I got a lot of advice from her because someone asked, what do you do when you get hungry? And she said, pray. And she talked about that she would fast before she made any major decisions. And like I said in my live, last week, I like to hear about people who are very devout in their beliefs and do physical practices connected to their faith. So I adopted her technique. And today, when I got the slightest bit hungry, I took a sip of water. And I also prayed. Some other advice that she gave was about having a reason to fast. And my reason was to get some clarity and some discipline, some control. And also because I have been indulging a lot. I really have eaten oven roasted potato topped Belgian waffles every single day for the past month developing this recipe. And just it's not just because I developed the recipe, it's because I wanted to. It was delicious. So I fasted and I figured out that I think my body does not like cooked food. I think I need to stop procrastinating on this raw food diet that I've always fantasized about being on and just try it. Try it for 30 days. Try it for 2 weeks. I'd like to go 30 days. There's no way I can't go 30 days without eating cooked food because honestly, I could live off cashews. I love cashews. And just film what I ate. The raw food diet mixed with fasting, I believe could really change my body and my mind. Another reason I want to change my diet is because there is a connection to what you eat and your mental health. I'm trying to heal myself from this bipolar thing. Like, I understand that at its core, bipolar is a chemical imbalance. And so by controlling my environment and changing my diet and exercising and praying, I really do feel like I can come as close to curing my bipolar as possible, at least on the biological aspect. You know, I feel like I can alter my chemicals in my body. I'm learning about how the body works. And after I looked up how does the body process food, because I wanted to see how long it took to process food, because I wanted to see what time I should stop eating throughout the day. I didn't know. I wanted to know, so I looked it up. When I was reading, it said that the body would take from the food that you ate all of the nutrients and separate everything so it can be used by the cells. And then it's like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm eating because the food tastes good, but my body is taking only what it requires to fuel itself, grow, and heal itself. Everything else is waste and potential harmful chemicals that I'm putting in my body. And it really just changed the way I saw food. And even when I was really, really enjoying my waffles the other day, it just felt so carnal. I didn't want to be enjoying the food that bad. I didn't want, because I went to bed thinking about them waffles. I woke up thinking about them waffles. I was thinking about them waffles all day long. And it wasn't until I had my fast today that I realized how much time I spend thinking about food. In this book that I have, it talks about how if you can control your hunger or your need to eat, then you can control anything. So I guess this is me just wanting to take more control over my life. I've been growing plants. I've got peppers in there growing and tomatoes. I harvested them from feeding my turtle and cooking for the kids. I'm doing all of these things that I've always wanted to do but never actually took the time to do them because I really, really want to grow. I really, really want to change. I don't want to be this broken thing that just wastes her life. I love seeing those plants grow every day. It shows me that I'm growing every day too. It just makes me so hopeful. I just want to do things that make me closer to nature and to God and just shows that my life is useful. I want to be purposeful. And so that includes my diet because I feel like I just eat anything whenever I want. And I want to have more self-control and more self-discipline. I'm connecting with disciplining myself through fasting and changing my diet with completing my projects. Because me still not meditating after 2-3 years of having that as a goal shows that I have a lack of discipline. So if I can discipline myself with one of the most deep-seated needs that humans have, which is to satiate their hunger, If I can control that, then I can get anything done. See, I like to strip things down to their core to really understand. That's why I'm the fury of abyss. I'm always going deeper. There's always a deeper meaning behind everything. My lips are always so dry because I don't drink enough water. I almost died when I was pregnant with my first son because I was always dehydrated. I would literally go days without drinking. Whew. That was back when I drank soda. Oh my gosh. I drank more soda than water back then. Isn't that crazy? That's how I gained a lot of weight as well. My weight peeled off of me when I stopped drinking soda and alleviating sugar. Sugar puts a lot of weight on you. I remember I got myself down to a point where I could drink black coffee, which is given I'm about to start going light on the agave as well. I'm ready for a change. I'm getting older, and that means a lot to me. I'm ready to be more disciplined, more stoic, more... And maybe I shouldn't say stoic because I don't think people who are truly stoic even, like, get excited about stuff. I don't want to be that because I got kids and they like when I get excited about things. But I like the very balanced aspect of stoicism, excuse me. I like the emotional balance and emotional maturity aspect of stoicism. That's what I like. That's what I connect with. That's what I need in my life. But moving forward, will be a lot more purposeful when I deal with my kids and when I deal with my diet. It's all discipline. Me being calm, me listening when someone's talking to me, or maybe saying something I don't particularly want to deal with, is discipline. Me not eating past 7 o'clock because I know that I need to start my intermittent fast and directly connected to my mental health and my happiness and my growth and my money because it's all connected. That's discipline. Discipline is so important. So these are the ways that I'm going to strengthen my self-discipline moving forward. Using intermittent fasting, not eating maybe until between 5 and 7 p.m. in the evening, and then not eating until the next day, 5 to 7 p.m. However I want to do it. Fast on Tuesdays. I don't know. Fast every other day. Fast every 2 days. Who knows? Something. But start integrating fasting into my life on a regular basis. Because I've read a lot of good things about fasting. Besides the obvious weight loss, it can improve your blood pressure. It can improve your insulin sensitivity if you have issues with that. It can reduce inflammation, and that was the reason I wanted to do it too, because I believe a lot of the poofiness in my stomach is inflammation, because when I don't eat, my stomach is a lot flatter. So I definitely feel like I have inflammation issues also with my carpal tunnel and my nerve damage from the car accident. It can trigger cellular repair processes, including autophagy, which involves removing and recycling damaged cellular components. I looked it up. It's like removing the waste from your cells. It can help clear out toxins and damaged cells, which can improve your brain function and protect the brain from age-related degeneration. See, and this is what I'm talking about. How your diet is directly connected to your mental health. It's like low-key fasting could have prevented like Alzheimer's. It says that fasting can reduce inflammation, which can help with conditions like asthma, arthritis, and Alzheimer's disease. Wow. However, fasting can also have risks such as tiredness, irritability, and migraine headaches, especially when you first start. People with certain health conditions should also avoid fasting, and you should talk to a healthcare professional before fasting, especially if you consider a prolonged fast. Well, okay. Headaches, I believe, are probably coming from people not having enough water. And tiredness and irritability, honestly, you could get some sun, you could walk, you could pray, you could deep breathe, or just take a nap. I'm actually really excited to challenge myself to do harder things. I feel like that will give my self-esteem a boost. Because low key, I feel like I should have done more with my life. And I feel like I've wasted a lot of opportunities. So now I want to live a more fulfilled life. I want my kids to be proud of me, and I want to build a legacy that they can be proud of and can benefit from. So before any of that happens, I have to make sure that I'm okay up here and in here, and staying close to God and my ancestors, and growing some shit and doing some stuff along the way. I'm just trying to figure out life, and we're going on this healing journey together. Okay? You are not alone, and neither am I. I'm here committing to myself and committing to my family to do better and to do more and to always show up. It feels good being responsible and being grown up. I was ready to shake off that childish version of myself anyway. The argumentative, emotional, scared, anxiety ridden version of me that never got anything done and always had an excuse or someone to blame. I don't want to be that version of me anymore. So, here we are, doing the work. If you're interested in checking out my music, it's available on all music streaming platforms worldwide under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss. Thank you so much for spending time with me here in Fury World. I will catch you in the next episode. Don't be too hard on yourself. I love you. Peace.